Round 2, we have the choice. We'll play first. Keeping this one. This is a great hand. This is probably the best hand without a blue mana I could have asked for. It's certainly the best hand I've had in the draft so far. Because that is a very solid 1, 2, 3. Alright. What are we up against? Green? Ooh. Found our blue mana too? This hand is like the gift that keeps on giving. This is why Anointer of Champions is nuts. Once again, good draw. Oh, wow. We got some wicked tempo going on now. He almost was better off like pre-combat swinging since probably wouldn't have blocked. Could have at least gotten some damage in. But we're in pretty insane shape now. Yeah, Anointer is just absolutely nuts. Like, him playing a creature and drawing a card now is just so much worse. With Disperse in hand, especially. It's just way too much of a setback for him. Like, even giving him the extra card that Disperse would give him, I don't even think matters. Like, it's just... he's got to deal with too much stuff. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're taking that. I don't think the attack there was correct. However, since even with Anointer he could have traded. Yeah, opponent is in some serious trouble now. All three of my guys are lethal. He's dead on board, plus I have a trick if he's got like a fight spell or something. But even with Wild Instincts, it's not enough. Even if he has the rare, like, deal damage equal to its power to everything, we still have the out for that. Dwynnin is not enough either. So now we disperse Dwinnen because she blocks better. Although it doesn't matter. His Elemental Bond looks really good in his deck, though. I'll give him that. All right, well, we did have the nut there, so nut hand pretty tough to beat, no doubt. What have we got for sideboard? Elemental Bond, I mean, it was good for him there, but I don't know if that necessarily tells me I'm worried about it. I feel like Dismissal and Bone to Ash are actually some things I should be considering, but probably not, I guess. Everything seems just fine. I guess Scrapskin Drake once again seems like the weakest. Actually, on the draw, I could see a good argument. I mean, Drake, once again, is just synergistic with Wyvern, but with Whirler Rogue and Double Aeronaut, and the fact that it's just a flash 2/3 flyer, I think we can cut Drake and bring in maybe Dismissal. If he's hoping to capitalize off Elemental Bond, Dismissal could possibly be something to stop the mid to late game stuff. I feel like I never have Spell Mastery, though, so then it's just like an overpriced mana leak. Would I rather have Bone to Ash? But then it's another 4-drop on the draw. That could be an issue, too. I mean, I could play a Scrapskin Drake, but he could also have spiders and stuff. I kind of like having the Dismissal. Could also do Send to Sleep, but in this deck, like I said, Send to Sleep's only good if I've got some high probability chances of getting Spell Mastery, which I don't. Alright, I guess we'll run Calculated Dismissal. I feel like he's got enough mid-game stuff where that could keep him off important spells. Especially if he's like fooling around with Elemental Bond first. Could buy me the time I need to get a bit of a board established and then leave up a Dismissal for like Dwinen or other stuff. Yeah, it's a good hand. I like it. We've got a very nice looking 2/3/4. Opponent's gonna mulligan. And keep at 6. Oh, how the plans have changed. Oh, maybe actually it makes more sense that bordered into Construct as a sideboard against how aggressive I looked, which actually does make sense. I mean, it's still not good against Anointer, per se, but... Ooh, kept a one-lander? Alright, we must punish. So, Starfish into Knight of the Pilgrim's Road into Void Mage bouncing the Construct to get our Renown. But this is assuming he stays mana screwed. Which did not appear to happen. Gather the pack. Alright. Naturalist, Bond, and Languish is in the deck too. Interesting. Okay. So, only gets the Naturalist, but Naturalist is good against us. We have both Claustrophobia and Suppression Bonds. But now our opponent still is having to draw lands to do anything. So, ooh, there's our Anointer. Let's just jam out a Knight of the Pilgrim's End here. Or Pilgrim's Road, rather, and we'll pass. I probably just jam Void Mage next turn, but yeah, it's probably worth it. Seems likely to be worth it. Well, now it seems a little bit less worth it. All right, what am I digging for? I guess I don't Really, no, I don't need land as much anymore. Suppression Bonds is worse when you have the Naturalist. Could it still be a card I'd like, though? Yeah, honestly, maybe. It's good to cast on the Naturalist. I mean, if my opponent gets to the lands, it's going to want to cast Naturalist. Let's bottom it regardless. I can just, I think, win this without a Suppression Bond. It just seems too awkward. So now I guess we go Knight plus Anointer. Yeah, that's pretty good. This way I can attack with both my guys next turn without playing Void Mage, or I can just play Void Mage if my opponent gets something. And even if my opponent Wild Instincts, both of my guys trade for his Wild Instincts targets. So I think this is the better play. And we clearly do not attack into Bonded Construct here. Orchard Spirit, not a concern. So now we're in a pretty good place. I think that our best road here is swinging with both knights. He just doesn't have a good block. He can block with Visionary and Orchard Spirit on one to kill it, but that's not even that good. So, oh man, yeah, you definitely want that on top. So, yeah, that's pretty insane. I could just make one of my guys unblockable by casting it. That might actually make more sense, but this is fine. Like I said, opponent does not have a good block here. Not with Anointer. Yeah, like, this is fine. We kill both his guys. Get our damage in. Get Renowned. So, yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, if I'd pre-played Whirler Rogue and made one unblockable, him double blocking there still would have killed my pumped after Anointer thing, so it actually didn't matter. And Whirler Rogue here is just bonkers good. Opponent having to draw lands off the top to even be in this game too is like just so good for us. Like me Void Maging that, and I think it's actually just GG's. I mean, I don't blame my opponent for the attack because he doesn't. If I don't blame my opponent for the attack if he's not going to block, because he does not have a good block with Anointer at all. Wow, yeah, that's actually just gonna be too crippling to recover from. Surprised this. So this might have been our opponent right to our right, possibly, if they second picked it. You never know. By the way, I finally got to price check that Mythic, and it was worth a fortune. It's worth like 9 tickets. Something like that. Make him pay more for this. Actually, well, Spirit. And that's got to be lethal. Guess it's not. He just blocks here. And we only get in for 5. Could I have killed? I think I could have killed my opponent there. I could have made the 4 power guy unblockable. I guess it still wouldn't have been lethal, though, would it? Maybe it would have. I don't think it would have. I would have swung with Rogue and Herald, and I would have had to pump Rogue to protect it. So I would have gotten in... I actually would have gotten in 1 less damage. With the same result. Okay. Well, opponent got mana screwed, and we got the victory. I didn't even use Starfish there. I guess it didn't matter. Unless my opponent's playing Fog, I guess that's a possibility. I can't remember what all the Fog's names are, but I think just opponent got mana screwed. Or not. With power 4 or less. Well, how about 5? Alright. Anointer. God, I'm glad I have 2 of those. That card is so insane. Well, Whirly Rogue too. Our deck's really good, is what it boils down to. And of course, it's easy to say that when your opponent got mana screwed. But I feel like it's kind of my opponent's fault. Keeping the 1-lander seems like a mistake if your curve is relatively high. You know? It doesn't seem super wise to keep, especially since Gather the Pack can't find you lands. You did have a Bonded Construct, but you can't really hope that a Bonded Construct's enough with 1 land. I probably would have gone to 5, especially considering he's running cards like Elemental Bond, which I presume are going to need some higher-end creatures. But maybe, I mean, I don't know what's in my opponent's deck. Maybe he had a lower curve than I realized. But didn't we see red mana in game 1? So that's really confusing me seeing the Languish now. I don't really understand that. All right, we'll see you in round 3.